This is gonna be fun to edit. I don't know if I like my setup. If I put it up here, it's actually so much better there. But I would need it to be here. Do you get me? Not me stressing the food. Not me stressing. I'm cringing. Wait. So, okay. Let me see how this. My mirror is dirty. I need to clean your mirror.
I also can't be filming a video if it's messy in here.
And I just realized I don't have my mic. It's working. Today I wanted to talk about 22 things I learned at 22. I've seen like a few of these videos on YouTube, and like those are the kind of videos that I like to watch, and like it just kind of explains as well the idea of this podcast and gives you like a hint of what kind of things I like to watch and like what I like to do and stuff like that. Maybe it's not the day for this video. Maybe it's just not. I'm very tired. I've been to work and I've just sat down and realized that this video is not going the way I want it to go.
A few moments later.
This will be a floor video at the end. I was kind of hoping for something more aesthetic, for something YouTube-like. However, there is beauty in not having everything like perfect and not having, like I said in my intro, I still don't have an intro, guys. Don't come for me. I really wanted this video to be perfect, but it just won't be that way. So I wanted to just start with that. And of course, we have our little coffee as a little pick-me-up. That's gonna help in this video immensely. I know that we all try to start the year positive and we try to set goals for ourselves, but we forget to give ourselves grace and give ourselves credit for all the things that we have achieved over the last year, over the start of the year. I think I find myself very second guessing myself and thinking I should be doing more every day, and then I realized I'm just in my 20s. I'm trying to figure myself out. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. Firstly, growth. So growth isn't gonna look the same for everybody. You might have your idea of growth, another person might have their own idea of growth, and it is important to not second guess yourself in the process, and it's important to realize that the steps that you have made are just as big as the steps that somebody else has made. And I think I have been so proud of myself since the start of the year, as last year at 21 I started my own podcast on Spotify, which was a major step for me because I was very scared of public speaking. I didn't really see myself as doing something like that in the future, and so I just did it. So I think that's the major thing. You just have to go for it. I remember I was very, very scared. Sorry, I'm not feeling very okay. So yeah, I remember I felt so scared to start, and it took me a month to start it. And then I just told myself,
Right, this is what you're gonna do, and you're gonna go for it. And since then,
I filmed a few episodes on Spotify, and it's not a great following or whatever, but I just felt proud of myself for putting myself out there and for doing things that I like to do without thinking of what people would think. So that was a major one for me. I've always
with question what would people think if I did this?
There's only so much you can do in life with that mentality, so I just decided, sure, let's do it. And as I've said before, people are going to go in a different direction than you, or you're going to outgrow people or friendships and stuff like that. Everybody is on their own path. You're not late to anything. You are just at your own, where you need to be. You're going at your own pace. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, so this next one kind of ties to the first one. It's stop perfecting. So in order to grow, you need to be you have to let yourself make mistakes, you have to let yourself fail, you have to let yourself just go for it even when you don't feel like it. So that's the most important thing you can do for yourself. For me, like for the longest time, especially if you have grown up in a family where success is equals achievements and everybody's like critiquing what you're doing, you know that it's very hard. It's gonna be very hard for you to not doubt yourself or to give yourselves credit. So don't be hard on yourself. That's the main thing I'm going to say. Don't be hard on yourself. Just go for things, and yeah, let them be messy. Let your creativity flow. If you set so many little boundaries or like limits on yourself, you won't see or you won't reach your full potential. You'll just limit yourself, and yeah, that limits your creativity, and it all goes in circles. Let yourself be lonely. Let yourself feel lonely. In this life, we all think like we should have, I don't know, so many friends and figure everything out and have everything figured out. Like, you're not alone. There's so many people out there that will feel the same as you, and I think we need to normalize it. We need to normalize it. Yeah, you need to learn to have fun on your own as well. If you're a shy person, where it's like you don't want to do anything, you want to stay at your house and not leave the house. But once you leave the house, step by step, if you do, let's say you go for a coffee, that's gonna change everything. That there is gonna be the first thing, like, of you getting out of your comfort zone. So yeah, I wasn't always like the most confident person myself. It took me ages to firstly build that confidence and to be okay on my own, kind of. And then I realized like it's not an easy thing, but trust me, it's gonna be worth it. Number 4, learn between kindness and being a pushover. Learn between kindness and being a pushover, okay? So I don't know about you, but I have grown up in a household where kindness was very much of a value. Like, you had to be kind, and we were taught to be kind as little kids and into adulthood. But let me tell you, sometimes when you go go out in the world, kindness will not be a tool for you. So I would say learn how to be kind, but also learn how to respect yourself, because we don't like people pleasers. We don't like people that do things just because they want to be your friend. We don't like people like that, because would you
like someone being fake to you? No.
So that's where you start. Don't I'm not saying don't be kind. We need more kindness in the world, but there's a fine line between being kind and letting everyone walk all over you, basically. Trust your gut. This is more like the one before that I mentioned. That means just, if you feel that something's wrong, if you feel bad energy about someone, if you are feeling disrespected in any situation, you walk away, okay? Number 6. This is the one that I kind of learned the hard way. And I wouldn't say the hard way, because like I used to be on my own for the longest time, and like hobbies and all that was just a part of me. But don't let those hobbies disappear as well. If you find a person, or if you find a friend or someone, be it a relationship or a friendship, don't let your hobbies disappear. That's the main thing I learned this year. Number 7, allow people to change. Why? Because they're not gonna stay the same, okay? I know that we all have an idea of people in our head of how they should be, or that does not define a person. I have had like a lot of falling out with friends because of this, because of even like outgrowing people. You just have to like remember that sometimes you won't have that friend for your whole life, and that's okay. I used to be very sad about that, But then I learned you can't really control it. You can't really push them to hang out. You just you have to let them change and be okay with it. Number 8, perspective. So this one is also a big one. This has been hard for me. I wouldn't say it's hard for me, but like obviously everyone has a different perspective of things, and people won't agree with what you're doing. You won't agree with what people are doing. But sometimes you just have to put yourself in people's shoes and try to see the thing in their perspective. And even if you don't understand why that person is still with somebody, or why, or if it's a friend and they stopped hanging out with you for some reason, you have to realize that they have their own perspective on things, and you just have to give them space and still be there for them. Not all friendships are gonna be, oh, let's go hang out every week, get coffee every week. So I could make an episode just on this, guys. Ever since I finished college, being in your 20s and dealing with friendships and stuff like that can be really hard. And people are trying to figure themselves out. I'd say it's very important to find a balance. Sometimes even if I don't hear from some of my friends, I know that once we get a hold of each other, we pick up where we left off. So sometimes your closest friends are those that you don't talk to for weeks. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So what I would say is be careful who you surround yourself with, because everything is energy and energy never lies. Even if you have to be lonely, don't surround yourself with bad people. Don't wait to do something you love, and don't wait for perfect timing, because life is so short and we just overcomplicate things when things aren't really that complicated. If you want to do something, you just go for it. Don't overthink, because you will never really truly find out. You'll never know yourself if you don't try things. So I think it's very important to just try things that you want to do and to see what you like and you don't like, because you're going to learn more about yourself, and your standards are going to be so much higher, and you won't settle for less because you will know what you want in life. Number 10, appreciate the little things in life. So this one, I think, main thing I was going to say is appreciate the walk on the sunshine. Appreciate the talks with your friends. Appreciate the deep talks you have with your friends over a cup of tea or stuff like that, because life will change and sometimes you won't have that in the future. Number 11, if you don't change, it won't change. So stop expecting things to change without you doing anything. And if things keep happening to you and you're wondering why, sometimes we have to take a look at ourselves as well. Most of the time we would be doing something wrong without even knowing it. So I think it's very important that it helps you along the way. Number 12, okay, this one. Your natural hair, I'll move a little bit to the back. Your natural hair color is yours for a reason. I'm saying this because I colored my hair black. I did balayage, and only now I'm realizing that my natural hair color suits me the best. I'm not saying don't color your hair, don't dye your hair, but there's a beauty of just going back to your natural hair as well. But yeah, that's the main thing I want to say. If you want to dye your hair, that's not where I was going with this. It's more I don't know, I feel like you embrace yourself more, if you get me. Number 13, don't worry about things that you can't control. So the amount of times I've had this happen to me, so you would have people stressed even at work, or you'd have family members stressed out, and there would be situations and you would be stressed about it, but then you have to realize sometimes it's not your fault for certain things. Deal with stress and all that. So what I usually say is that ain't got to do with me, okay? And then that helps me a lot to calm down. I would stress a lot about very small things, which it does not help you in long term, and I know it's easier said than done, but yeah, sometimes really things don't have anything to do with you. Not everything's about you. So don't make things about you. I'll just say that ain't to do with me and move on, okay? Number 14, quality over quantity. And this falls in all the areas in my life. Like, so I stopped buying stupid like, I think that comes with age as well. I was such an impulsive buyer. Clothes, anything really that was trendy, I would just go and like go for it. But then I realized like none of that would make me happy in the long term. The same thing with friends. I think it's way better to have a small circle around you than a very big circle. And again, that ties to what I've said before, like sometimes the people you surround yourself with are also a reflection of you. Number 15. So this one is very important. Comparison is a waste of your time. So we don't want to be comparing ourselves with others because no, we are not the same and we cannot be the same as everyone else. So yeah, I think it's a waste of time trying to be someone else when like you know deep down that you're not being true to yourself. We all get caught up in that sometimes, comparing sometimes with others, but then I just remind myself,
Look, you are doing great.
you're in the right place at the right time. You're not late to anything. So number 16 is trust the timing of your life. Sometimes things won't happen at the same pace for you and for everyone else, and the easiest thing to do is to get scared or like, you know, stuff like that, second guess yourself, doubt yourself. But then I think it's very important to understand that we can be happy for others, just understand that our time is coming as well. And I find when you're happy for people's achievements, that's all gonna come back to you. Number 17, find friends that match your energy. Like, the amount of times I found myself in like situations where friends, like, you just feel bad energy from people. You don't want to be surrounded by that energy every day. I think that's the time when you know you have to walk away. Because if you stay with that person, if you stay, be it a relationship or a friendship, it will bring you down as well. We don't like people bringing each other down, okay? Number 18. So this one was big for me because obviously when you're young, like you try to listen to everyone but yourself. That's what I found with myself. I wouldn't trust myself that much. It took me a while to get to that level where I was like comfortable with trusting myself and like actually listening to like decisions, making my own decisions and stuff like that without anyone else's input, if that makes sense. So it's don't take the advice from someone that's not knowledgeable in that situation. Don't take the advice from someone that's not knowledgeable in that situation. Affect your opinion. They will maybe even put you on like a different path. Or learn to make your own decisions. Learn to rely on yourself and to trust yourself enough to not ask other people for their opinion. It's mostly like important to filter what everyone says to you. Number 19, big one. You're responsible for your own happiness. I can't say this enough. Like, sometimes we get a bit lost in life, or not lost, but you know what I mean. It's important not to fall into that idea that someone else has to make you happy, or someone else will help you, someone else will, you know, make you happy. It's very important to rely on yourself for your happiness, because no one in this world can make you happy. You have to do it yourself, and once you do that, you will start forming friendships and relationships that are like very good friendships and relationships. Because if we are seeking happiness in someone else, we will always be lonely ourselves. We will always be not okay with ourselves. Be selfish with your time because you will never get it back. I think this one is also important because, like, especially in our 20s, especially in college and stuff like that, you try to blend in with everyone and like go out every week or like try to fit in with people, and you don't realize that you're actually like wasting your time. Like, I wouldn't say it's every time I went out, but it does kind of waste your time a little bit. And time is money. So,
The difference is I own it.
But yeah, I think it's very important to say no. This also like ties in with like saying no to things you don't want to do, so you have time to do the things that you actually want. Number 21, learn your attachment style. This helped me a lot in relationships. It kind of showed me my own, like, the things that I have to fix as well, and it helps you understand people more. So I know there's avoidant, there's anxious, and there's secure attachments. There's also like, mixed ones, so you can be mixed as well. But I think like knowing your attachment style will definitely help you form friendships and relationships, and yeah, you'll just know like what to do in certain situations. Like, I think it's very useful. The last one, but not least, because we always keep learning, and yeah, I always think, oh my god, I learned so much this year, I have nothing else to learn. But no, like I always keep learning. Like every time I get older, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do another video. But yeah, so 22 is time heals most wounds. So be patient. Obviously it doesn't heal everything, but we do get stronger, and I think that's the idea behind it. I don't think it's time really, but I think we get stronger as people, and we learn to cope. We learn different coping mechanisms with different things, and I just think patience in general is very important, especially in your 20s, when everyone is trying to figure themselves out and everyone is rushing to do things. Sometimes we have to be patient with ourselves as well. So yeah, that was my little video, 22 things I learned at 22, and not like, I would say most important things, because obviously there's always more, but I would say these are the most important things I learned this year. So yeah, I hope you find something useful in this, or you can relate to some of these. I'm sure you can. And yeah, that was it for this video, and I'll see you in my next one.